You look around and wonder how the wealthy keep rising while you're left scrambling for the basics. No matter how long you grind, you're still chained to bills, debt, and survival mode. It feels unfair, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Almost no one dares to say out loud, money doesn't respond to fairness. It responds to power. And power is never handed out. It's seized. This is why you remain stuck. Because you're still clinging to the belief that playing by the rules, waiting patiently, or hoping your hard work will be noticed is enough. But the rich, they don't wait. They don't hope. They manufacture wealth. They bend people, structures, and circumstances to serve them. And unless you understand the ruthless, Machiavellian laws behind their moves, you will always be prey in someone else's kingdom. What you're about to hear is not motivational nonsense. It's not the work harder, save better fairy tale society feeds the obedient. This is dangerous knowledge, the kind that makes a person unreadable, untouchable, and unstoppable in the pursuit of wealth. If you grasp it, you will never see money or yourself the same way again. Most people assume wealth comes from intelligence, luck, or talent. But if that were true, geniuses wouldn't die broke, and millions of hardworking people wouldn't drown in debt. Wealth isn't about raw ability. It's about strategy. Cold, tactical, psychological strategy. Machiavelli once said, "Men forget more easily the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony." Meaning, money cuts deeper than blood. Wealth is power. Wealth is survival. And those who command it end up commanding others. First, you must understand this. Money is not neutral. It is a weapon. In the hands of the untrained, it slips away. In the hands of the disciplined, it multiplies. And this weapon only belongs to those who are willing to drop childish fantasies about fairness and morality. This is where you begin, by dismantling your old identity. Stop thinking like a victim of circumstances. Start observing. Because the majority of people are blind, predictable, emotional. They never see how they're being moved around the financial chessboard. But once you start watching, instead of reacting, you'll finally see how wealth is actually built. Look at the average person. He works hard, he saves coins, he follows the rules, yet his entire life is a cage. His labor enriches someone else. Why? Because he believes in effort instead of leverage, fairness instead of manipulation, image instead of power. That blindness is exactly why he stays broke. Here's the first law. Use silence as a weapon. Most people chase wealth by talking too much, oversharing, trying to prove their worth. They broadcast their desperation like a scent. But silence? Silence creates pressure. Silence makes others reveal themselves. In negotiations, in opportunities, in money decisions, the one who can remain quiet bends the other side. Humans fear silence. They rush to fill it with confessions, mistakes, or weakness. The wealthy know this. That's why they remain calm while everyone else collapses under anxiety. Silence turns you from prey into predator. But silence alone won't protect you. If your emotions leak through your face, if your reactions are easy to read, you can still be controlled. That's the next principle. Most people broadcast fear, greed, insecurity, like a radio frequency, and predators sense it instantly. That's why the wealthy can influence markets, employees, even friends. They read reactions faster than the average mind can process. If you want to stop staying broke, you must become unreadable, like a shadow. No one should be able to predict your next move. When you erase emotional tells and master stillness, you stop being a pawn. You become the one moving the pieces. A man who cannot be read cannot be controlled, and a man who cannot be controlled is dangerous. He resists trends, he ignores pressure, he saves when others spend, strikes when others freeze, and pulls back when the crowd surges forward. This is how empires are built, not by following the herd, but by standing above it, watching, waiting, and striking with precision. Every time you follow impulse, Every time you react out of fear or greed, you bleed power. And every drop of power you spill is absorbed by someone richer, smarter, or more patient than you. Because money never disappears. If it leaves your hands, it feeds someone else's. This brings us to another law: predators' patience. Average people are impulsive. They chase trends, gamble on hype, jump into schemes, and in that impatience, they become easy prey for those who wait. The wealthy wait. They move slowly, deliberately. Like lions hiding in tall grass, they strike only when the moment is perfect, usually when fear is choking the herd. That patience is why they buy while others panic, why they hold while others sell, why they expand while others retreat. Patience is a weapon, but that weapon requires discipline, and discipline is something most people lack. They want comfort. They want ease. They want the dopamine of spending, not the cold satisfaction of restraint, which is why only a few rise, while the rest remain slaves to their paychecks. Here's the darkest truth: most people will never escape. They are too emotional, too reactive, too blind to win this game. But you don't have to be one of them. If you take these laws seriously, if you detach from illusions, wield silence, master stillness, and develop predators' patience, you stop being ordinary. You stop being broke. You become untouchable. But this is only the beginning. If you stop here, you're only halfway formed. Because wealth isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about positioning yourself so that other people's effort flows directly into your hands. Most people assume wealth is created through hard work. That's the surface illusion. Real wealth is created through leverage, by placing yourself above the system so that other people's effort funnels into you. Think about your job. You work, you grind, you sweat, and your paycheck is a slice of the real value you produced. The rest travels upward into the hands of the one above you. Why? Positioning. They don't need to work harder. They only need you to work. This is leverage. Machiavelli wrote that people are naturally changeable, easy to convince, but difficult to keep convinced. That instability doesn't matter when you control the system they operate inside. Their emotions can fluctuate. Their loyalty can shift. Their mood can crash. But as long as they're under you, their efforts feed you. That is why one landlord becomes wealthy, while hundreds of tenants stay trapped, paying rent until the end of their lives. Leverage is the reason one investor quietly becomes wealthy, while thousands chase luck and lose everything. Leverage is why a single corporation collects billions from millions of customers who complain but keep paying anyway. And here's the brutal truth. Most people never even consider leverage. They obsess over earning. They exchange their time, their effort, their life force for scraps. And that is why poverty never leaves them, because they trade the one asset that can never multiply: hours. But the select few who understand leverage stop trading hours and start trading systems. Instead of working inside the machine, they build the machine. They design positions where money, time, and human energy naturally flow toward them. They move from being workers to becoming hunters, strategists who build traps instead of walking into them. Still, even leverage can crumble if you lack control. The masses are unstable. Their desires shift. Their loyalty evaporates. Their attention wanders. If you don't anchor them, your entire structure collapses. This is why you must master the law of narrative. Money doesn't flow to the highest quality. It doesn't flow to the hardest worker. It flows toward whoever controls the story. Humans are emotional creatures. They follow belief, not logic. And the person who shapes belief controls the direction of wealth. This is how religions build kingdoms, how brands become religions, how politicians raise millions with a single speech. They understand narrative, how to shape the lens through which crowds interpret reality. And here is the dark secret. A narrative doesn't have to be true. It only has to be accepted. Once people adopt your story, they'll give you their money, effort, attention, even their obedience. The average man rejects this idea. He clings to the fantasy that fairness, honesty, and merit rule the world. But look around. Lies repeated loudly become truth. Carefully crafted appearances become reality. And the man who refuses to use narrative remains broke because he never understood that money follows belief, not facts. Silence, unreadability, patience, leverage, narrative. Notice the pattern? Each law turns human weakness into your strength. Every step pulls you out of the herd and into the world of predators. But there's something even darker you must face. Wealth demands sacrifice, not of blood, but of comfort. The predator's path is cold and lonely. You cannot indulge every craving. You cannot chase every distraction. Comfort is the drug that keeps the masses weak. The wealthy aren't soft. They may appear indulgent, but beneath that surface is discipline. They master themselves first, and then everyone else. Machiavelli warned rulers that to preserve power, a prince must sometimes act against mercy, against faith, even against humanity. And if you want to rise above struggle, you will have to do the same. Sacrifice the illusion of morality for the reality of control. This is why you remain stuck. You cling to fairness, to comfort, to what feels right. But the wealthy don't. They embrace discomfort when it leads to power. They bend morality when it benefits them. They craft appearances when it shields them. That flexibility is what elevates them while others drown. But every principle casts a shadow. Silence can become isolation. Unreadability can become paranoia. Patience can decay into stagnation. Leverage collapses without discipline. Narrative can destroy you if it fractures. The wealthy appear calm because they've learned to balance ruthlessness with restraint. They walk a razor's edge, always one misstep away from collapse, but they move with precision. And while you sit here believing wealth comes from hard work, they move unseen. They are constructing traps, orchestrating systems, manipulating momentum. By the time the average person notices, the game is already lost. But not for you. Not if you continue down this path. You're already stripping away illusions. You're becoming sharper, colder, more strategic. And as you evolve, you will realize money doesn't go to the deserving. It goes to the ones who take it. And the taking is never theatrical. It's quiet, calculated, ghost-like. That is where you're heading. The final transformation. You can already feel the shift. The world doesn't look the same. You observe people speaking, spending, panicking, craving approval, and all you see now is fragility. They don't realize they're being drained, manipulated, harvested. But you do. You've stepped outside the herd. But to fully cross the threshold, you must learn more than silence, patience, leverage, and narrative. These are the foundations. The real metamorphosis comes when you sharpen those foundations into weapons and wield them without hesitation. Because wealth isn't a fair contest, it's a battlefield. And in war, hesitation equals death. Let's go deeper. There's a reason the poor cling to jobs while the rich build kingdoms. It isn't just leverage, it's the law of substitution. The weak always substitute labor for power. They believe that working harder leads to earning more. But hard work alone is a form of self-delusion. The wealthy substitute differently. They trade ideas for labor, influence for action, perception for reality. Think about it. One man spends a day digging a ditch and earns a small wage. Another hires 10 men to dig 10 ditches and earns 10 times as much without lifting a shovel. Who is wise? The one who sweats or the one who substitutes? Machiavelli warned rulers never to rely solely on their own strength, but to use the strength of others whenever possible. Wealth obeys the same law. If you keep trading time for money, you will always struggle. But if you substitute perception for value, ideas for effort, and other people's energy for your gain, wealth grows endlessly. This is the uncomfortable truth. The rich don't work harder. They make others work harder for them. But substitution alone is incomplete without mastery of another force, the law of illusion. People never buy what something is. They buy what they believe it is. This is why a diamond, little more than a solid rock, commands a fortune. Why simple fabric becomes luxury. Why paper money, worthless by itself, rules nations. Money chases illusion, and those who craft illusion become wealthy. They don't sell the object. They sell the desire wrapped around it. This is how some men sell get-rich courses without ever being wealthy themselves and still profit. This is how entire industries survive, by creating need for things no one actually needs. Illusion creates demand. Demand creates wealth. If you refuse to use illusion because you think it's dishonest, you've already lost. The world does not reward honesty. It rewards mastery of appearances. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you seem to be. Few know what you truly are. Appearances are power. Illusion is currency. And the man who commands them commands wealth." Now listen carefully, because here comes one of the most dangerous principles, the law of exploitation. Most people recoil from the word. They imagine evil, corruption, injustice. But exploitation simply means seeing unused value and extracting it before someone else does. The wealthy exploit gaps, inefficiencies, fear, timing. They capitalize on what others ignore. When markets collapse, average people panic sell. The predator buys. When the masses waste time scrolling endlessly, the predator monetizes attention. When people fear discomfort, the predator sees opportunity. Exploitation is not cruelty. It is clarity. If you don't exploit opportunities, someone else will exploit you. This is why you remain financially weak. Not because the world is evil, but because you lack the cold eye needed to see advantage in the vulnerability of others. And yet, even exploitation fails without self-control. This brings us to the next law, withholding. Weak people believe that transparency earns trust. They overshare. They reveal their emotions, plans, intentions. In doing so, they hand away their leverage. The wealthy withhold. They reveal selectively, strategically. They leak just enough to create interest, desire, dependency, but never enough to become predictable. Think about negotiation. The average man gives himself away instantly. He blurts out his price, his fears, his limits, his desires. He reveals everything without realizing he has just surrendered the battlefield. But the predator does the opposite. He withholds. He listens. He waits. He measures every breath, every pause, every slip from the other side. And when he finally speaks, the trap is already closed. Withholding creates mystique. Mystique creates power. Power creates wealth. This is why the wealthiest men move in silence. Not because they are timid, but because exposure is vulnerability, and predators do not expose themselves. Now let's weave the threads together. Silence bends people. Unreadability shields you. Patience turns desperation into timing. Leverage makes others your resource. Narrative shapes belief. Substitution frees you from the slavery of labor. Illusion multiplies value from nothing. Exploitation turns waste into wealth. Withholding protects your position. These are not habits. They are weapons. Cold, ancient, precise weapons, forged through centuries of power. When you master them, you stop being a pawn in the money game. You become the board. You become the storm. You become the force others must adapt to. And this leads to the final transformation. Identity. Most people are born prey and die prey. Predictable, emotional, chained to salaries, routines, and illusions of fairness. But once you walk this path long enough, something shifts. You stop reacting. You stop chasing. You start seeing people the way a hawk sees movement on the ground. Patterns, impulses, weaknesses. You become the observer, the strategist, a phantom in the marketplace. While others stumble blindly, You move only when the outcome is already predetermined. This is true unreadability, moving in ways others cannot track. This is true power, positioning yourself so wealth pursues you. And once you taste this level of control, you can never return to who you were. But understanding the laws is not enough. You must weaponize them. You must build them into your daily behavior, quietly, covertly, like hidden blades strapped beneath your clothing. Because wealth isn't built only in grand decisions. It's built in tiny moments where most people fail. Conversations. Others speak to fill silence. You use silence to extract information. Let them reveal themselves. Let them justify themselves. Let them drown in their own words. Every slip becomes data. Every detail becomes leverage. Silence isn't emptiness. Silence is pressure. Negotiations. Most amateurs think negotiation is persuasion. It's not. It is covert warfare. Your unreadability becomes your shield. Your patience becomes your sword. You let the other side spill their desperation, reveal their ceiling, expose their fear. Then you strike, quietly, surgically. By the time they realize what they've surrendered, the ink is already dry. Relationships. Influence is wealth in social form, and most people destroy theirs by oversharing, overgiving, overexposing. You won't. You apply the law of withholding. You give glimpses, never the full picture. You stay just out of reach, just out of understanding. And because humans crave what they cannot fully grasp, they pursue you. They respect you. They invest in you. This is not manipulation. This is gravity. Business. Here, the Machiavellian laws dominate. The masses sell reality. The powerful sell illusion. They sell narrative. They sell meaning. Luxury brands don't sell fabric. They sell status. Tech companies don't sell tools. They sell identity. Gurus don't sell knowledge. They sell the illusion of transformation. People don't buy objects. They buy the story they tell themselves when they own them. Master the story, and you master the income. Conflict. The weak fight every battle. The predator fights only when victory is inevitable. You observe. You wait. You let others burn their energy, reveal their strategy, exhaust their emotions. Then, at the weakest moment, you act. This is why empires rise during recessions, because predators strike when the herd retreats, and slowly, without announcement, you evolve. While others seek comfort, you seek discipline. While others reveal everything, you reveal nothing. While others panic, you breathe. While others work endlessly, you build leverage. While others cling to honesty and get ignored, you wield illusion and get paid. At this point, you are no longer among them. You've ascended, unreadable, untouchable, unstoppable. A phantom moving through the world of money, invisible yet unavoidable. You don't chase power, you become power. This is what Machiavelli taught. This is what the Stoics embodied. This is the predator's mind, the mind that bends wealth, people, and reality itself to its will. Most will never understand this. They'll stay emotional, stay predictable, stay prey. But not you. You've crossed the threshold. You've stepped into the hidden brotherhood. And now, a choice. Let this knowledge fade or use it as your initiation. Stop reacting. Start calculating. Stop working for money. Start making money work for you. If you're ready for the next descent into the darker layers of power, you know exactly what to do. Subscribe, not as support, as transformation. Because from here on, the path only gets darker. And once you enter, there is no going back. Are you ready to stop being prey and start becoming predator?